Okay, 12. No, 11. And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand. And she said, As Yahweh thy power liveth, I have not a cake, but an handful of meal, which is flour, in a barrel, and a little oil, olive oil, in a cruse, which is a bottle of glass from back in the days, an ancient bottle. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die. Because she was already preparing to die of starvation. Why? Well, Elijah did that. So there were a lot of people. There was a lot of people dying over there in that day and age because, yeah, he did, he was cursing them. Going on now, it says, And Elijah said unto her, Fear not, go and do as thou hast said. But make me therefore a little cake first, and bring it unto me. And after, make for thee and for thy son. For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, the barrel of meal, flour, shall not waste, it shall not diminish, it shall not be wasted. Meaning it's not gonna go up. I mean, like, let's say you have 10 things, and then it's not gonna turn into 0. That's what it means. Neither shall the cruse of oil fail. Meaning, if you have 10 liters, it's gonna stay full. It will never become 0 liters. It's always gonna 100% stay. It's gonna continue to stay full. It's not gonna diminish. Let me see. Dynamo. Fish out of a bucket. Oh yeah, look here. I don't want to go on Facebook. Here, let me see. Fish out of a bucket. This is what Elijah did to her, with the power of the Lord.
See this?
That was empty. This thing is real. He's not faking it, because he gets spirits on him. Empty. The bucket is empty, but he got very powerful spirits on him. This guy is from. He looks like he looks like he's from Syria or something. Also, what type of dynamo? These type of people. Where is he from? Ethnicity. These type of people. Also, David Blaine. These type of people. They have this look, like this Middle Eastern type of look. But he's actually a J because his father is Puerto Rican and his mother is something else. But yeah, they're also thistles. But these people are very powerful magicians. I always looked at them like these guys they're from that area over there, that area, that place. And also not David Blaine, but David Copperfield. I always lose his name. When he was young, you can see his face. You see that Persian looking face. I don't know what he did with his eyes. When he used to pop out his eyes and be real big and stuff like that. But then later on, as he got older, he started to squeeze them. As you can see, he's kind of squeezing them, because he had the big eyes and stuff like that. But here he squeezes them again. Here he kind of squeezes them again. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah. These people always have these powerful entities with them. Well, let me just say they are able to get them, just like this guy. That's why they can get away with a lot of things. Esau can't even get them. Esau can't even lock these people up, man. This guy, he scammed these out of a lot of money, man. He framed them demons or something like that, man. He scammed them out of like $63 million or something like that, yeah. Bilzerian says he appealed court ordered to pay $63 million. He paid a few and then he didn't pay nothing else, man. And he done. Like Esau got off his back. I don't know. And his son is also another damn scammer. These people got man. They got some powerful witches on them, boy. These people, man. These type of people. Skeletor from He-Man. But yeah, these type of people. They got man spirits on them, man. And what are they? They from where is he? Ethnicity. Yeah, Armenian. Yeah, these people are Aram. They're Aramites. Yeah, they got some mad spirits. These people, boy. Some freaking Chaldean type of spirits. Yeah. That's them. You know, and this guy, he's from that region too. Pakistani. Which, if you look at David. He's an Amalekite. But what does he look like? He looks like an East Indian. Especially when he was young. See? He looks like an East Indian. Yeah. Look at him. Come on, man. He really looks like an East Indian. Just like how you have this guy. What's his name? No, I don't know his name, actually. Where's his face? This guy. It says he's an Amalekite, but when I looked at him when he was young, he looked exactly, in my mind, like an East Indian. But then the ones of Northeast India, and also the Copperfield thing of East India. I don't think these guys is Amalek, man. You know, I think there's something is wrong with them. Somewhere, something happened. You know, I have my ideas. But yeah, they don't look like the typical Amalekite. They look like a bunch of East Indians. Persians or something like that. Or Armenian or whatever. Something like that. They look like him to me. Because I've seen these faces. Guy look like a coolie. Look at him. Just like David Copperfield. They have spirits on them. I can see that. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah. I can see it. It's an East Indian dude, man. You know, Elam or something like that. Or Aram. Elam or Aram. Anyway, go on. That's empty. You just popped the fish out of there, right? I'll put the link in the description box for you so you can check it out for yourself. But the point is that what they can do is this thing. They can actually infinitely bring things on. And them entities can do that. But Yahweh Shai, he can do it too. And the Heavenly Father can do it too, of course. I mean, the Egyptians, they're magicians, can also make the stick into a snake, right? So obviously they have some sort of satanic power. You know, they have a form of powers. They have forms of it. And the Heavenly Father is the ultimate one, you know. So, how did he do? He did that exactly here too. It kept on flowing. So, that's how the Lord is going to take care of his elect. Well, not that's how. That's one of the ways. That's one of the possibilities that he is able to do it. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I have suggestions. I have examples, I have examples, you know. This is one. This thing, that's this. That's this. This is literally this. This is what Elijah did to the woman. And he sustained her like this for 3 years. So every time she went to go pour oil. Yeah, they're trying to say that this is it. Yeah. This thing would never fit in this. They're trying to make it seem as if he's not worshiping entities. These people are worshiping entities, but they don't want you to know that. They want to say, oh, everything is fake. Shut up. There's some fake, yes, and there's some that this is not fake, bro. I have seen other things of him, so I know, like, okay, cool. And if you're from Suriname or Haiti, then you would know these things ain't fake. They're trying to make it seem as if they're fake because they're devils, they're liars. So everything they're trying to play it off as. But then the other one, for example, the vampire movies and stuff like, oh, that's not real, that's not real. Why you keep on making movies about it then if it's not? Well, just entertainment thing. But it's filthy. You shouldn't be. Yeah, make money, millions. I'm a millionaire already. So they always gonna find some ways to justify themselves with their lies. You know, yeah, that's what they do. Yes. Or else they wouldn't be the wicked now, would they? So they need to be doing these things. We need to edify our people that hey, this exists. Don't be messing around with that. And then the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Because if you don't teach your children, what are they gonna want to do? They're gonna want to be vampires, and then they're gonna sell. This is what they're gonna sell. In the 80s and the 90s, you had these things in a, let me see, machines. You had little machines where you can put money in, and then you can buy these things. It wasn't called zombie thieves, it was vampire thieves, but they was in a bowl. Let me see something. I don't know how you call. Oh shit! I actually do got. I actually found it. This is exactly what I was looking for. Back in the days, you had these things, right? And then you had the vampire thief up in there, and then you could just put money, and then you need to turn this thing, and then it would come out. But you had them on the side of the street and stuff like that. I remember that. So they were selling you that, making money, just making plastic off of nothing, which would be then for pollution. One small, then you would have these things. Literally, you could buy these things, and those things that I just showed, those machine where you can get the balls out of and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what they did, and they're pushing this upon you. But if you teach your people, then your people would teach their children, and then they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't follow that because they would know better, because you're teaching them, right? That's why it's messed up to be around these evil people, because your children are going to be gravitated toward it because they're going to see the fun things of the fun side of things. They're not going to see the satanic blood sacrificing, chopping up babies and stuff like that, eating them and stuff like that. They're not going to see that part, Right. So, okay. So this is what he was able to do for that woman. Verse 15. Oh yeah. Verse 14. For thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the cruse of oil fail, until the day that Yahweh sendeth rain upon the earth. So he did that for her for 3 years. Can you imagine doing this for 3 years long? Infinite. And he keeps on going. Infinite. And they're trying to tell you that all this fish came from that so-called hidden compartment there in the bucket. Yeah, whatever. This guy's, he's opening up portals, my man. He's opening up portals and stuff like that. Open up a portal. That's what he's doing. But that entity is doing it, actually. You see, he sold his soul just to tap dance. That's the funniest thing you can do upon the planet Earth. You sell your soul to tap dance for people, do stupid magic card tricks and stuff like that. You sold your soul for that? This dude is doing here tap dancing type magic tricks with cards and stuff like that. Really? You ain't got no power, man. It looks like you got. But if you know about the scriptures, then you would know about real power in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Then you'd be like, this is nothing. But if you're a person of the world, this is gold to you. You would want to sell your soul too, in order for you to be able to do these things. Yeah, it comes with a price, my man. It comes with a different type of price than you're going to get from the people. You're going to get a reaction like, oh, wow, yay. And everybody goes back to their regular life, always remembering you as the guy that did the magic trick. But a person of the scriptures, he will always remember you as a person that's going to pay you for all the shit you've been doing. You're gonna pay for this. I watch it, yeah, but I use your stuff, to explain scriptural things and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, the Lord did this. Yeah, but the magicians of Pharaoh can do this too. Yes, they can. I mean, look at one of them here. He's not the magician of the Pharaoh, but still, he had power like them, and they was probably more powerful because they was they was into some real stuff, bro. They was doing orgies and stuff like that. Read the book of Leviticus 18. Oh no, that was Canaan. Yeah, no. That was Mizraim also. Read the book of Leviticus 18 and 2 or 3, and also the book of Leviticus 20. Read those two chapters, then you will see what the Hamites were doing. They had some. That's why you have Aleister Crowley. His stance, the way that he positioned him. This is what I want. Why you think he put himself like a pyramid like that? Huh? Why you think? He went there, man, and he also put on Pharaoh type clothing and all that type of stuff, ceremonial stuff and stuff like that. But he was standing like what? He wanted to be a Pharaoh, man. He wanted to be a Hamite. That's what these Caucasus people like and love and desire. And he was on that sex magic tip. Sex magic, right? And what did the Hamites do? Let me just get it for you. They was also doing sex magic. Leviticus 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Here, all this sex magic. This is what they was doing. Witchcraft. Sleeping with women when they are on their period and stuff like that. Sleeping with animals and stuff like that. And if you check out, I never looked it up, I tell you that, but I know what's in there because I seen documentary. I have never looked up the book. I'm not gonna touch that thing. Are you crazy? I'm not gonna touch that book. Are you mad, man? This book, I'm not touching that. I watch documentaries, let them talk about it. I'm not touching it for edification and research sake. What? I'm not doing that, man. Let me see. I don't want to have a picture. Yeah, this is what he was doing. The technique of sex magic. If you read the book of Leviticus 18 and Leviticus 20, then you will see what they were doing. They was doing this. And where did he get his things from? See? Google. I actually wanted to type that. This. I wanted to show you, like, he went there. He was doing things in the pyramids and stuff like that. And this guy too? Where's this? Anyway. And there he got the revelation of this thing. He was there. Let me see the book of thought. Yeah, thought. Yeah, hold on, let me see what was it again. He was doing rituals in the pyramids, man. Performing a ritual where? Inside a pyramid. That's where he went to go do these things. Must not understand, lie open unto wisdom as the pyramids lie open to the stars. Yeah. In his book, whatever, 6 and verse 2. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna look it up. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. You lying devil. But with this, he's not lying. He is deceiving you, but he's not lying. Okay, I don't even want to read his quotes, bro. It's all gibberish to me, and I know it's on a satanic tip. I don't want to even quote his mantras and chants and stuff. I don't want to do that. I'm not reading that book. Yeah, I'll stay away from it. But yeah, the point is that he was in the pyramids doing stuff, So he was doing wicked things right here. I was looking for this one. What is there? Performing a ritual inside a pyramid. Almost look Photoshop, yes. But I know he was doing that. He was doing that because I saw a few documentaries about him anyway. He was doing that. But let me go on because I'm dwindling on that part right now the whole time. And right. So speaking of let me see something. Right. So the Lord is going to take care of His people. Okay. So Yahweh said we don't need to worry about that, and therefore He's going to comfort us, put us in a comfortable state, because this is here to comfort you, so that you do not distress that, oh my goodness, famine is going to come and Esau is setting up that famine, all that there. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're here to comfort one another. We're here to comfort you. We're not here to cause you distress. Basically comfortable life. Yahweh. Yes, you're going to go through things, but what I would seek is to use the world as not abusing it. So if you can take use of their so-called how you call those things, those benefits of Esau, stuff like that, just use it. Just use it. Be like unto that unto that steward, that unjust steward, which was, he was basically unjust, yes, but he was saving himself because he wanted to be comfortable, and the Lord commended him on that too, because he was comfortable. He wanted to be comfortable. Commend, praise formally or officially. So let me read that part. Let me see if I'm done here. Yes. 1 Corinthians 10, 1 Corinthians 6, 1 Corinthians 7, and 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it. What is abusing? This. You're abusing it. You're doing too much. These are the weaker vessels. You're not great. You're not doing anything dope. If these are all your wives and they stay with you, that's another thing. They have no problem with that. What I don't like is you abusing this. That's not good. That's a form of hatred. You fuck them and duck them. Fuck yeah, I hate you. That's just nonsense, man. You should stay away from people like that. And this is comfortableness. You know what I'm saying? This is another form of comfortableness. So you don't want to walk around with this. You want to be comfortable in your skin, your so-called skin, which is not even yours. But anyway, in your little fragile mind, you want to walk around like this because it makes you feel comfortable in the sight of men, so that you are pleasing in their eyes. Yeah, after that. Yeah, we don't walk around like that. You shouldn't be walking around like this. Okay. Yeah, that's the other form of comfortableness. This is comfortable for the worldly man. This is comfortable in a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Well, not even this, because this is shaven. That even I don't do. When you are in this truth and you just start in this truth, yeah, you might trip up a little bit. But then later on, you started to be like, no, I actually really love this. When I look at myself in the mirror, then you're gonna grow into it, right? So wait, let me finish this here. Use the world as not abusing it. Use this world as not abusing it. For the fashion of this world passeth away, right? This fashion is garbage. And it's going to pass away. Because this came back from the Canaanites. The Canaanites used to do this. And in the time of slavery and after slavery, our people didn't line up. So it came back, right? The fashion of this world passeth away. So it's going to pass away. Because, for example, in the time of my parents, 70s, 60s, bell-bottom jeans, these things were in the mode. These things were a fashion back in the 80s, 70s. These things were a fashion in the 70s. These bell-bottom things. Yeah, this is 70s actually, 60s and stuff like that. Yeah, 70s. These type of pants were in fashion. Yeah, it seems like that era too. No, actually it doesn't. This seems like that era. And also this one. Yeah, them big bell bottoms. But nowadays it's coming back to a certain degree. A few people had it maybe a few years ago. It's 2024 now, so a few years ago you still had a few people walking around like this, you know. I saw it, but that didn't last long. That didn't last long, but it passes away. I wanted to say it vanishes, but it passes away. First John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Right. Let me see what I'm looking for. Okay. Here, check. Now, I'm not going to read 100% of this. I'm just going to read a few. Now, Luke chapter 16, verse 1. And he said unto all his, And he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods. So somebody else told the rich man about the steward. And he called him and said unto him, How is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no more longer steward. Then the steward said within himself, What shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig, to beg I am ashamed. So he can't do physical hard labor, and he doesn't want to beg because he's ashamed of that. He's like, no, I ain't going to do that. I've been a butler all my life. Man, I was living the fancy life. I was in his mansion doing all these great things, and I had I had access to all his money, so I was doing things and stuff like that, but he didn't do good, you know? I am resolved what to do. So he's basically figured something out. He resolved the situation, firmly determined to do something, right? He resolved it in his head what to do. That when I am put out of the stewardship, that they may receive me into their houses. They may receive me into their houses. Who? He's going to say. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and said unto the first, How much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, Take thy bill, and sit down quickly, and write 50. So instead of 100 measures of oil that he needed to pay his master, he only made him pay 50. Then he said unto another, And how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, Take thy bill, and write fourscore, so 80. Instead of 100, he made him pay 80. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. He was like, I'm going to save myself a bit. I'm going to make sure I'm comfortable. That's the type of spirit you're supposed to be in. But use the world as not abusing it. So don't overdo it. Don't be overly wicked with it. You know, don't go out there on purposely scamming people because you're not supposed to be doing that. But let's say you come in a certain situation and you didn't scam people, you know. But I'm saying, like, you came in a certain situation wherewith you was about to, you know, get into trouble or something like that. Okay, just figure out something to save yourself. That's what this is all about, right? That's why I'm reading it. That's my purpose of reading this. So, and I say unto you, so wait. And the Lord commended the unjust steward. Why? Because he had done wisely. How? For the children, what he just did. For the children of this world, the children of darkness, are in their generation wiser than the children of light. The children of light are stupid. Because they think like, oh man, you need to be uncomfortable and that's how you're basically going to be good. That's not always the case. Why? They're not thinking. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 22. To the weak I became as weak. What? To the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. So, to the strong I'm strong, to the law ones I am with the law, and to the ones that are not with the law, they just come in. I am not going to be like, hey, you need to do that. No. You shouldn't do that, because you make yourself like unto him, but you don't break the law. He is a lawbreaker, but you guide him toward it. Don't bother him too much neither. Then they're going to be comfortable hanging around you, because he's not going to be looking at you like you're breathing down his neck. So you make him feel comfortable around you, so that you do not scare him off by trying to be this police officer that's always looking out trying to arrest him. Right, let me see. He doesn't abuse this power in the gospel neither. Okay, wait. 20. And unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to Yahweh, but to them that I'm not tripping on them like a police officer, like, hey, what are you doing over there? No, just see it between the fingers, for example, see it, but under the law of Yahweh to Yahweh Shai, which is grace, that I might gain them that are without law. To the weak I became weak. Okay, I already read that. Right, for the gospel's sake, that I might be a partaker thereof with you, and not against you. Right. Because if you always coming up trying to correct a person that is just came up in the truth, it might be irritating to him and stuff like that. As if you're better, it might come over as that. Some can handle it, and some you shouldn't want them. You shouldn't desire for them to handle it. It's not even that they can't. No, you shouldn't want it for them neither. Right. So I don't have to read this. Basically, the point is that you save yourself. You be comfortable for yourself in this world, trying to make yourself comfortable. Yeah. So let me read on anyway. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness. So basically, unrighteous wealth, make yourself friends with it. You could say that when you fail, that they may receive you into everlasting habitations. Because so money of unrighteousness sake, is I have another scripture here too. This is King James. Help. This one then. I think it's here. Help. Right, so Sirach chapter 13 verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he had many helpers, because his friends are rich. He speaketh things not to be spoken, but he's not a good person either, but he still has helpers. And yet men justify him, like Kanye Pest, prancing around, parading around his wife in nudity, in the sight of millions of people. And yet they justify him. Yeah, but he's a great artist though. I mean, who do you think I am? A god. Yeah, that guy. The poor man slippeth, and yet they rebuke him too. He speak wisely, and could have no place. They were just like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Too. Yeah. That's what's up. Rich man beginneth to fall, and is held up of his friends. But a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. Yeah. So make ye friends with I don't want to say it, but it says it. So, but don't go out of your way to make friends with them. If they are, they are, But yeah, you can actually, it does. It's not a bad thing, I have people that I know in this world that they would actually help me, and they're not necessarily bad people, and they're not necessarily they're better actually, I would say, but they're not scriptural people, they don't really, they listen to what I say sometimes, but they're not fighting against it, so that's good, and I don't bother them with the scriptures too much. I know their mindset, so If they ask me something, I would gladly tell them, but not really worried about that with them. With them, I'm just cool cat. It's as if there is no law, but I keep the law, boy. I'll tell you that. But with them, I don't live as if I don't show my phylacteries or my fringes or something like that. Like, here, man, I'm the lawkeeper right here. No, I don't do that. Yeah, all right, that's out. But I am under the law in Yahushai. So yeah, when I'm around them and when I'm not around them, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitation. So they may help you. Verse 11. Yeah. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. So, if you are greedy for 10 cents, how much more greedy would you be for $10,000? That's murder right there. A person that's greedy for 10 cents? Come on. You shouldn't. Yeah, that's not, And a man that is generous and a lot faithful in a little bit, like, for example, some people you just need to talk to them that the Lord is a dark-skinned man and show them one verse, and then his whole life will change, just off of one verse. I'm one of them. I just heard one time that the Lord is a dark-skinned man, and I was like, what? What? I didn't even know where it was written. I was walking around for years, maybe 2-3 years, just remembering that a man told me that the Lord is a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. That's all I knew. I was supremely proud of being a dark-skinned man. And this was what? I don't know how old I was. 20? I don't know, something like that. A little bit, maybe 19 or something. I don't know, 20. I don't know anymore. I do know I was very happy. Very happy. Yeah, so I remember that. But he didn't bring the scriptures to me. He just said it. And then later on, through the power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, brother man, the scriptures basically fell into my lap. And then I started reading. And I hate reading. I always did. Never liked it. But the scriptures I seem to actually love reading. I didn't even read comic books, man. I just looked at the pretty pictures and that's it. I still have comic books until this day. But yeah, anyway. And he that is unjust in the least. Oh yeah, I already read that. If therefore ye have not been faithful in unrighteous mammon, if you have not been faithful in unlawful money, who will commit to your trust the true riches? Which are the true? What are the true riches? This truth. So if you are unfaithful, if you have not been faithful in wealth gotten, unrighteous money, how are you faithful in righteous money, which is the scriptures? Yeah, you're not going to be. And if you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, how shall you that? What? Who shall give you? Who shall give you that which is your own? The Lord is the one that gives man something for themselves, which is, this truth. Wait, I have a thing here. Well, First Timothy chapter 6 verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is what? And it is certain that we carry nothing out. But why did I put that here again? I forgot where I put that here. But anyway, it says here like, and if you had been faithful in that which is another man's, and if you have not been faithful in that which is another man's, and in this case, basically, we do the work of the Lord. This is not our work. But you haven't even been faithful in that. Now you have a man that has, for example, a talent, and then he hides the talent, and then when the Lord comes and did you multiply my talent? He didn't do anything. And he hated the Lord at that too, because he was that unrighteous servant. Now, this is the unjust servant. That's another one. But the unrighteous one, which was a demon, he actually hated the Lord, and he hid his talent in a napkin. And the Lord destroyed him for that, because he was supposed to go out there and multiply. But even that, with that, you're bad. So the Lord is not going to give you. Let me get that for you. I think it's what, Luke 19. Luke 19. Okay, there was a certain nobleman, right? And he said, wait, Luke 19:12. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. Yahushai, symbolically for Yahushai. Because if you read the book of John 14, it says that he went away to another place to prepare, and then he will come back and bring you there. So, yeah, this. And he called his 10 servants, and delivered them 10 pounds, and said unto them, occupy till I come. Go out there and basically speak to the people of the scriptures and stuff like that until I come. But his citizens hated him, and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. Those are the Israelites that just hate Yahushua. And then later on, that lying beast, he said, like, yeah, I kept it in a napkin and stuff like that. Yeah. You hated him. You hated him. But the others, they didn't hate him. Then he gave them, for example, be thou also over 5 cities. He gave them something to own for themselves, because they did the work. But the one that didn't want to do the work, and he hated them at that too, which are the majority of the Israelites, and he was one of them. If you're a false prophet, you hate the Lord. Either you probably don't know it, because them false prophets that actually speak of God and Jesus and love and all that there, they hate the Lord, man. They hate him. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but they hate him. Right? No masters. Serve 2 masters. Okay. So yeah, you cannot serve 2 masters. Yeah. Right. And yeah, you can. Let me read it for you. Luke 16:13. No servant can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve Yahweh and money. So we don't serve money. You know, you can use it. You can, but don't abuse it. Meaning you can use people that have money in this world, but don't abuse them. Neither should you be abusing these weaker vessels. This. It's not a good idea. You're destroying yourself. But you don't know it. You're going to find out. Right? Because everyone has his spiritual gift. Some have more than others, and others have less. But that doesn't make them less. And the one that has more doesn't make him more. But he will have the more abundant, because he's going to edify more people than the one that doesn't have a lot. And yeah, they that turn many to righteousness shall be very great. So let me just leave that. Now, we do not run after the flesh with the fornication type thing. We shouldn't. 1 John 2 and 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If a man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of this world, of the world. So, lust of the flesh is sex. Lust of the eyes is you want things. Also women, flesh and stuff like that. And the pride of life. You think you're dope. You think you're great because you have all this, You think you are. That's not of the Father. Malachi chapter 2, verse 11. Well, I'll just jump to the point. 16. For Yahweh, the power of Israel, saith that he hated putting away. What does he hate putting away? Putting away your wife in the physical form and also in the spiritual form. Because your wife in the spiritual form is the scriptures, the wife of thy covenant, the wife of his youth, which is these scriptures. That's the wife of your youth. Don't put off your first love. Your first love should be the scriptures, and is the scriptures. It should be. But a lot of people, their first love is, an actual female. But anyway, he said that he hated putting away. For one covereth violence with his garment, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts. Therefore, take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. Treacherously in what? By going to other gods. So this is double fold, right? This is first and foremost, the first one is spiritual, but the second one is physical form. Matthew 19 and put away his wife and stuff like that. Adultery. Shouldn't do that. Unless she committed adultery on you. But other than that, look at Rachel. Rachel, she was an idol worshiper. She stole the idol of her father to take away with her toward Jacob. Even though Laban saw that Jacob was blessed. So he believed in his God also. But Laban used that also against him. Basically, swear on your God that you're not going to do this or that and stuff like that. He said certain things to Jacob in that manner and stuff like that. Later on they started to get into trouble with themselves, with each other. But then the Most High gave him a dream. Don't speak cruel to him. Don't speak bad to him. Don't speak evil to him. No mannerism. No way. Anyway, so but he made him. I think he made him swear on his God, which is Yahweh. I think he made him swear on that because he believed in his God too, but he believed in his own gods because he is Laban the Syrian. So they have their other gods. And Rachel also believed in the gods of her father. That's why she stole one of them. And her father, wanted to basically harm them for that. Where's my God? Where's my idol? And then he went to go get him. Right. So, let me see something. Yeah. Basically, 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 6, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment. So you have, I don't want to make it too long. I already am over time, so I wanted to read this because I have a few points, but I'll just, what should I do? I don't know. I'll cut it into two then. Let me just. I was not going to read this all, but I was just going to show you script. Look. This is my point of this. Paul, he speaks by permission and not of commandment. So this is not of scriptures. He gives his advice, right? And then other times he says, here he says it again. Now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord. Yet I give my judgment, his opinion basically, and his judgment, as one that had obtained mercy of the Lord, to be faithful. But so here he gives his permission, his opinion. And then verse 10 he says, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. Right. So sometimes he gives his opinion, and sometimes he tells you, no. This is a commandment of the Lord. And sometimes it is his own, basically, you could say, commandment. Sometimes he speaks of no commandment of the Lord, but in the book, in the verse 40, 1 Corinthians 7 and 40, but she is happier if she so abide after my judgment. And I think also that I have the spirit of Yahweh. So his judgment, his opinion, he believes himself to be a spiritual man, and he is. Well, shouldn't you take the advice of a spiritual man concerning your flesh? When he gives you advice over the flesh, or like over your fleshly body, compared to giving you advice of which is not even advice, it's actually a commandment of the Lord. when it comes to spiritual things. That's what I was trying to get out, what I want to get out of here. And the reason I talk about that, to give those examples, is to show you that, listen, when a spiritual man gives you advice, well, I would hope I'd be a spiritual man. Like, listen, just get yourself out of nonsense, man. Save yourself. Meaning, put yourself in a comfortable situation, but always be prepared for the Most High to rock you. But what do you pray for? You pray for a strong spirit, not a comfortable life. I've always said that. And the Most High will put you in comfort, where you belong. Every man deserves what they get. Every man has what they get. But even if it's wicked, if the Lord wants you to die, you're going to die. The Lord wants you to live a beautiful life, you're going to live a beautiful life. But then, let me give you an example. If you have fancy houses like this, yeah, you're really in comfort. And the Lord would tell you, put yourself in uncomfortableness. Meaning, sell all that you have, give to the poor, and da. But you can also do this. You can also make sure that if you have this type of money, this type of wealth, that you do take care of the poor of your own people. And not no drug addicts and stuff like that. No. People that fell on hard times, and then you help them build up themselves and stuff like that. You can do that because you have the means to. Listen, let's say you have a great job in the government. Don't go losing your job just because you quit your job because It doesn't necessarily have to be like that. The Most High have put you in that situation wherewith maybe 15 years from now you will actually help one of the men of the Lord. Let's say you're a judge, and 15 years from now, I'm just giving you an example. The Lord put you in a situation, and you have all your colleagues that trying to really harm a man that was, preaching the scriptures on the street, and then, he got into a fight because somebody came up to him with a weapon or something like that, and said, "You're racist, you're black, Hebrew, stuff like that." Meanwhile, he's just reading scriptures and stuff like that. Somebody came at him with a weapon or whatever. He twisted the weapon out of his hand and hurt that man that wanted to come and murder him. Maybe he killed him, or maybe he really harmed him and put him in the hospital. So now all the judges be like, "Yeah, you gonna make sure that this guy's gonna pay. He hates us anyway." And then you are in a position to make a righteous judgment, and then you will bless the Lord. Why you will thank the Lord that he put you in that situation wherewith you can now help this man. Meanwhile, everybody around you wanted to harm that man. You know what I'm saying? But you are there. But you are, for example, a secret disciple of the Lord in wealth. And then you can help that man. I'm just giving you a scenario of an example. You also had that rich man that Yahushua went to. Yeah, Luke. It wasn't Luke. What am I doing? It was right there. Luke chapter 1, 19 and 1, if I'm correct then. Yeah. Here. Luke 19 and 2. "And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was the chief among the publicans, and he was rich." Verse 9. "And Yahushua said unto him," who? Him, that man. This day is salvation come to this house, for as much as he also is a son of Abraham." So don't think that this is 100% always bad. You see, a rich man shall hardly make it into the kingdom of heaven because he has his consolation. But that don't mean that he cannot make it and keep his riches. Because this man, he kept his riches. And he did make it. The other man that came, he was not a good person. He thought he was because he thought he was doing things. And then the Lord put a trick upon him. Certain rich people will make it, and certain people, the majority of them will not. Because they're weird. Why? So he might have done good things, but later on, this might come to him. This is what might come to him. 1 Timothy 6 and 9. But they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. 17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, which is mammon, that money, that, but in the living power. So you need to trust in the Heavenly Father and not in your money, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. So yeah, He did make you rich, yeah, but how do you live by? Yeah, not a lot of people be living good. Certain, oh man,